There has been a lot of victories for AH when it comes to lawsuits and also the entertainment industry in general. She has gotten to keep all of her roles in Hollywood and has gotten tons of new ones, even though she's been proven to be a pretty terrible person. And whenever there's news about Aquaman 2, her name trends on social media and people become furious that she is still part of the movie. And of course, it's happened yet again. She is being raked through the coals by JD supporters, and people have gotten her name trending who are furious. People who are upset that she is still part of this film are bashing Warner Brothers and also this movie. But before we get into the topic at hand, if you enjoy the content that I create, please make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the notification bell. Follow me on social media like Twitter or mine so that you can see when my content is posted. And if you do really enjoy the videos and the live streams that I create, please consider becoming a Dark Titan via Patreon for just $1 a month or supporting via membership. All of the links are in the description, and of course, I do really appreciate all of the support. So the reason why her name started trending on social media is actually because they were sharing sneak peeks of Aquaman 2, so I thought that we could start there. It says Aquaman 2 reveals Jason Momoa's new stealth suit. Here's at Jason Momoa in the classic Aquaman suit and a sneak peek at his other outfit, the stealth suit. Atlantean-based tech on cephalopod's camouflaging ability. David Leslie Johnson and I were inspired by the 80s blue suit he posted onto Instagram, and then he said second round, new suit, more action, hashtag Aquaman. And here is the image of the new suit. I personally don't think it looks that bad. I'm not a big fan of it. I don't really like the texture of it. I wasn't a huge fan of his original outfit either. I just felt it was very detailed. I felt it could have been a little bit more simplistic, actually. I don't think that these outfits look bad. I'm just not the biggest fan of them. Also, why isn't he wearing gloves? It would have looked so much cooler with a set of simple gloves, at least in my opinion. I'm a really big fan of the belt. I like the colors at least. Those look good. But this is the situation that initially sparked her name to be trending on social media because everyone was starting to talk about Aquaman 2. Anytime everyone is talking about this movie and there's a lot of hype building around it, her name is constantly trending on social media. So let's start off with this Rotten Tomatoes post, which has thousands upon thousands of comments on it by very angry JD supporters. People are saying things like Emilia Clarke would have been way better than AH. Now, I personally am not a huge fan of Emilia Clarke, but AH, in my opinion, is a very mediocre actress. I just don't think that she's anything special, and I do not understand why Hollywood is bending over backwards to keep her in the industry, to do everything they can for her. She just is very mediocre. I am not a fan of Amber, but I know there are a couple of people out there that are. Someone named Holly said, love Jason, but will not be watching if AH is in it. She should have been fired. What message does this send to other male domestic abuse survivors? My largest issue with AH truly is the fact that she used her gender to get away with everything. She literally said, oh, I'm a woman, so everyone in a court of law will believe me over you. How could you be a domestic abuse survivor, which is absolutely fucking disgusting. That is the one thing that pisses me off the most about this situation, because she used her gender to get away with hurting someone. People are saying things like, again, DC choosing to keep AH is a disastrous move. Look at all the comments. Every time Aquaman 2 is mentioned, people only talk about her. DC doesn't even have to recast, just delete her character from the movie completely to save this franchise that started well. They are doing their very best to defend her. They are doing everything to get people to shut up about her, and this movie is going to be surrounded in controversy just because of the actress that they have in this. I was hoping that Aquaman 2 was gonna be good. I was hoping it was gonna be an okay movie, but I know that I personally don't really want to go to a theater and watch this film when she's in it. I do not like her. I do not like the situation that is surrounding her, and I don't really want to support this film right now. There are companies right now who are refusing to work with JD because they're saying, oh, he's too controversial. Yet her name is constantly trending on social media because people do not like her. You would think that these companies would want to get rid of her first, but no, they decided to get rid of JD instead. People are saying things like our first look at a movie that should be boycotted for not removing or recasting AH. Now, I'm not saying let's cancel her and throw her out of the industry, but it is really hard to defend her. Neither of these people were perfect in their relationship. They both did really bad things. They both did negative things that contributed to it being a toxic relationship, but she is being accused of doing really terrible things, yet she has gotten to keep all of her roles in Hollywood when JD has gotten all of his roles ripped away from him. He's even said that Hollywood's basically boycotting him because no one wants to work with him after everything that's happened, which is terrible. People are saying things like, unfortunately, no, she's still part of the project, not interested. Jason's an awesome actor and a great guy, though. I'll be looking forward to seeing him in future endeavors that do not involve someone who bragged about domestic abuse. And there are almost 2 million people right now who agree that they are not going to go and watch this film. While yes, this is a DC film, so it's inevitably going to make millions of dollars, I think there are going to be thousands of people who are going to boycott this film, who are not going to go and support it simply because they decided to keep AH in it. But there's a little bit of a rumor circulating right now that she has signed for 2 more Aquaman movies. So it says AH is back in Mara's scaly costume for Aquaman and the Lost Kingdom, which is currently shooting in the UK. So her return comes despite a brutal internet campaign to get her booted out of the franchise, and this saw multiple petitions with thousands of signatures, even millions, may I add, asking Warner Brothers to fire her, as well as a blizzard of false rumors that she failed her physical, broke her contract, she's uninsurable, and that her role was being drastically reduced. Now, please take all of these rumors with a grain of salt. They are coming from We Got This Covered, and they provide absolutely no evidence, but they say don't expect the anger to die down anytime soon, as we're hearing from our sources that AH is either close to or has inked a deal with Warner Brothers for 2 more Aquaman movies. Now, this really wouldn't be that surprising because they have done their very best to keep her on this project. They've said she's great to work with, she's an amazing Mara, we really like her. So why would they suddenly backtrack unless they really understand how many people they're going to lose, the millions of people who are going to boycott this film over the decision to keep her? I don't really see them backtracking. I see them going forward with like 2 more movies with her, unless they suddenly decided to say, we don't support Amber anymore, we do not like her anymore, she's not going to be part of it. Unless they really do distance themselves, I think we're going to see her around for quite a while. I really do like the DCEU, and I'd typically be excited for Aquaman 2 to release, but with AH being in it, a lot of the hype has died for me and millions of other people on the internet. In my opinion, it would have been smarter for them to dial her role back, but it sounds like they're just sticking to their guns and they have no plans on replacing her. But that's all that I really had to discuss in this video. Let everyone know your thoughts in the comment section down below. If you enjoyed it, please make sure to give it a like, share it, and subscribe to the channel. And of course, if you didn't, make sure to give it a dislike. I appreciate your support either way, but I will talk to you all again in the next video really soon.